America,
to the
and to the
republic
republic
which
which stands
one nation,
under
under
God,
God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, folks, we're going to go into executive session. Let it be resolved that the Roseland Park Board of Education meeting hereby convenes to executive session for discussion of the following subjects. Student matters, attorney-client privilege. As anticipated that the executive session will take approximately 60 minutes. The board may take action during this session. The board shall return to public session following the executive session at approximately 7 p.m. The minutes of executive session shall be released to the public as the reason for executive session no longer exists. Motion to go executive.
So moved.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you. Motion to return to public session, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We'll go, good evening. We'll go back to public participation. Each member of the public may speak a maximum of 3 minutes and adhere to the following. Have a full name written on their profile. Raise your hand, the icon Zoom, and wait to be called by the board secretary. Once called, please put video on, unmute, and unmute your audio. Anybody raising their hand, Mrs. Callis?
Not yet.
Okay. Nobody? We'll give it another minute. Probably people didn't know we were enclosed. Nothing? Okay, let's move to committee reports. Any member of the board have any committee reports?
Mr. President, I have one. Finance Committee met on December 3rd. The budget process is, has already started, but hardcore deadlines around our budget are fast approaching. Among the topics of conversation during our committee meeting was enrollment and some healthcare changes, both of which affect the budget and in a couple of different nuanced ways, as well as the aid that we get. But just to fill in the rest of the board on that, budget process is getting hot and heavy, and will only get hotter very soon.
That's all you have, Mr. Hemingway?
That's it.
All right. Any other committee reports?
Yes, Mr. President Signorello, I'd like to make a curriculum meeting report, please.
Thank you.
Sure. On November 19th, the curriculum committee met, and We met with Mr. Salvo, and that was Mrs. Carlstrom, Mrs. Falcon, myself, Mr. Garrido, and President Signorello as well. And we went over a bunch of Mr. Salvo and Ms. Callis also talked about a bunch of things. And one of the things was about concerning the curriculum. There are a bunch of highlights I'd like to mention to the public. And one was in social studies and the improvements in our new curriculum with the social studies for 4th and 5th grade, which there's more of an emphasis on geography. And another highlight was it synced up with the electoral process. They were studying the electoral process, and it kind of synced up with the election this past fall. And so that was a positive. And also in language arts, in response to teacher feedback, 6th and 7th grade, they are improving their language arts a little bit by adding more classics to their reading, which is good. And what that does is it just broadens the students' immersion into other genres, and just really kind of exposes them to different genres, and hopefully they'll hook on to others and try sample as many genres as they can. And that's just raising the rigor, pardon me, which has had a positive effect not only on their written responses but also on their analyzing text. So that's a good thing. In the high school, there are some architecture curriculum courses that have been doing very well, and we're working on a dual credit courses. And Ms. Resney, she's the pioneer of this all, and she's doing a fantastic job in the high school. And she is studying to be an adjunct professor. Is that correct, Ms. Callis? Or she was working with an adjunct professor? I'm not sure, but anyway, my point is, for career technical exams, we're submitting that to the state to further improve our accreditation of the high school, which is excellent. And an example of that is our dual enrollment program that we're working on with Bergen County College. Of course, this application process has been slow due to the pandemic and the logistics of it all, but we're still pushing forward with it. And what we want to do is, we have our teachers approved to work this dual enrollment program, and then also the curriculum. And that's very, very good, because that can work with our high school students as far as them earning college transcript credits with Bergen County College. And these credits they can take with them post high school, and they will be accepted at other higher level institutions, which is fantastic. Now, and going forward with another AP course, AP Psychology, Mr. Treasure is teaching that to the 11th and 12th graders as electives. And we want to look at pushing that down as an AP course for 10th grade as well. And some positive notes, last year we had 111 students do AP tests. And this year that's more than doubled with 287 AP tests, which is fantastic. And that's going to help us with our college readiness scores, and they're going to increase, and it's going to increase our college readiness, and also, most importantly, it's going to increase student achievement, which is very good. Now, going to environmental science, Mr. Dagunas is in ninth grade. He's teaching that. And basically, they're really focusing on the scientific approach, which is like emphasizing claims, evidence, and reasoning, interpreting data, a lot of problem-based learning, which is very, very good, because it's real life, it's relevant. It's not just reading out of a textbook and learning terms and forgetting them a month later. So real life applications, teaching relevance, that's what the children need, and that's what really works. And also, another thing we did was we had a really good in-service with a professional development day with George Scott, who did presentations not only to our teachers and our staff, but also to our parents concerning social emotional learning, which is very good. And that emphasis is on self-care. And that's so important nowadays with the fatigue that some teachers, students, and also parents are going through with our pandemic. It's very, very important to really work on that self-care and social emotional learning. And piggybacking on that as well is our social emotional curriculum is teachers in the morning before they start their normal academics, they're going to they have a social emotional lesson with the children. And could you please mute? I would appreciate that, Miss. Thank you. And so it really gets them going, talking about effective communication, problem solving, and it's a really good way, again, self-care, about managing stress. And And as a teacher myself, I've seen this stress with my students, and I'm highly aware of it. And those, I actually do those social emotional lessons in the morning as well. So things are looking good. And Mr. Salvo, as adding more to our technical chest that we can have as far as utilities, as far as this a Pear Deck platform that will help our teachers. And it's a nice interactive platform that the teachers can use to deliver our curriculum with our children. It's many multimedia options, and very interactive. And the more interactive and the more diverse we can get with our curriculum delivery nowadays, the better. And also there's something called the Goal Book, which is being rolled out very slowly, but it's a platform to assist our teachers in writing goals and also implementing differentiation for our diverse population, which is very, very important as far as making sure that our children can learn and achieve success at their level. So thank you for listening to my sermon. It's a lot to digest, but it's a lot of positive things that are going on. And I just want to thank Mr. Garrido, Ms. Callis, and Mr. Salvo as well, and the curriculum committee for really being aggressive and being proactive, especially in these trying times, but keep moving forward because that's what we have to do for our children. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you for that report. I was going to ask you to repeat it, but.
Oh, okay. The new curriculum. Oh.
All right. Okay. Any other committee reports? We'll move into personnel. We have addendums on items 1 and 2.
Oh, it was the superintendent's report,
Oh,
Mr.
jeez. You caught me. I was just, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President Signorella. I actually, I do have a little bit of a long agenda tonight, so please bear with me. But I am excited to be reporting on something a little bit different other than reopening and closing of schools and so forth. I am going to report on that, but before I do so, I am excited to announce this year's Educators of the Year. This is an annual event where the governor invites all the districts in New Jersey to select number 1, an Educator of the Year, which is a certified teacher, and also a service professional of the year, which is not a certified teaching position per se. And it is my pleasure to announce this year's Educators of the Year. My hope is later in the year, if we can meet in a in-person meeting, we will be able to recognize these individuals and shake their hands, hopefully, and give certificates. If not, we will do it virtually. So at Aldine School, the Educator of the Year is Ms. Jennifer Durkin. She is the technology teacher there. The service professional at Aldine School is Stephanie Klein. She is a speech therapist at Aldine. At Robert Gordon, the Educator of the Year is Christine Beaver. She is also the technology teacher. The service professional of the year is Andres Cordova. He is a paraprofessional at Robert Gordon. At Sherman School, the Educator of the Year is Katie Sherrico. She's a 5th grade teacher. The service professional of the year is Carrie Kardick. She is a school nurse. The middle school Educator of the Year is Luisa Villegas. She is our world language teacher at the middle school. Service professional is Deb Italiano, and she is a teacher assistant there. At the high school, the Educator of the Year is Dennis Gaines, science teacher, and the service professional of the year is Jennifer Lemke, our library media specialist. So I wish to congratulate all of them. And again, hopefully we'll be able to recognize them. So if we can just give them a nice hand. Thank you. We're very proud. Again, hopefully we can recognize you later on in the year with our end of the year festivities. The other item that I do have to report to you, in tonight's agenda, we have the CUSAC approval from the board on the district performance review. And just to give a little background on what CUSAC is. CUSAC stands for Quality Single Accountability Continuum. That is the state of New Jersey's monitoring of school districts. This has been going on since the early 2000s. Every 3 years, every district has to go through a monitoring or evaluation of how they are performing. So what happens is there are 5 areas that the state wants districts to do a performance review. So that is a self-review that we go through, and we've been working on that the past month or so. In instruction and program, fiscal, governance, operations, and personnel. And in each area, they are given points, and each point is weighted for the different categories that you need to fill out. Each area has to equal to or can equal to 100%. Our self-review, we gave ourselves 100% in each of the areas. The next thing that we need to do is make sure that we have the documentation to prove that we are accomplishing all of these things, which we have done. We have done a review. We have certainly looked at every area, every indicator for each of those components of those areas. The next requirement is to meet as a committee to review, and we did that. We had different members. At a minimum, you have to have a teacher, the chief school administrator, the business administrators, the director of curriculum, an association member of the RPEA, a board member, and another district administrator. We also added one more, our director of guidance. Ms. Bodick was also part of the committee. We just met yesterday to review all of our indicators, and again, everything went well. The next thing that needs to happen is the board needs to approve this review, that we are accurate with the review, which it demonstrated that we are. In January, the County Department of Education visits the district. I think this year it's going to be virtual, obviously, and they review all the points and all the documents that we send to them, and they give us their score. And if they agree with the way we review ourselves, then obviously we will be determined to be a high-performing school district, which we are now, and I am confident that we will continue that. So 3 months after their visit, we will receive a letter from the state that will indicate that we are either a high-performing district or a district that needs improvement. To be a high-performing district, we need to meet 80% or above in each of the 5 components. It looks like that we would definitely have those percentage points, and we will be able to continue to be highly effective school district. And in April, May, I will be able to report that to you. So that's basically what CUSAC is and the requirement. The administration, the committee has worked very hard to make sure that we can provide the state with all documentation. It's a long list. It's a long list of documentation that we have to go through and make sure that each section we meet every indicator. The district performance review will be posted on the website once the county comes in with our scores and the county scores. So you'll be able to see, the public will be able to see the entire review. So I'll let everyone know when it is posted on the website. So that is my report regarding our CUSAC monitoring. The third item that I have to report for you is, as everyone is aware, we are planning to return from our remote learning next Monday, December 14th, till Wednesday, December 23rd. The 2 weeks that we just went remote, it was for obvious reason. We were concerned about the break, the Thanksgiving break, the travel, the quarantine that possibly students and parents and staff had to do, so we decided to go remote, which we're going to be doing the same come the New Year's for the first 2 weeks after the winter break from January 4th till January 15th. We will be also remote. I have, as I have mentioned many times during board meetings, I have meetings with regular meetings, weekly meetings, sometimes twice a week, meetings with our health officer from the county Department of Health. And, I'm not a health expert. She is. We usually discuss the metrics, not only in the region, but also the metrics here in our district. As of Friday, she is advising us that there is no concern with reopening to a hybrid, okay, the hybrid model or phase 2 of reopening. So we will continue to do that. I have a meeting with her this Thursday again to look at the metrics. As I mentioned in my letter that went home Friday, last Thursday or Friday. However, that is always a subject to change. If the region becomes red, which is a high-risk zone, that means that the district will be mandated to continue to go remote. Friday, I will send a communication out to the parents, the staff, and the board, indicating where we will be, a final decision in terms of coming back on Monday. But as of now, we will be in-person hybrid come December 14th. And, some people may question, why so short? It's only a week and a half, why come back? And, for a good number of children that do not learn better independently or virtually, 4 hours or 8 hours of in-person instruction is a gift. And I feel very strongly about that. And, whether, there's criticism or not, as long as it's healthy or as long as the Department of Health tells me that it's safe to come back, and we have done an incredible job here in terms of keeping our students and staff healthy. Since October 1, when we reopened to a smaller population, we've had 2 students test positive in the 2 months that we have began the reopening process. We have more adults testing positive, but in all of these cases, there has been, and with the help of the health department and with the help of our school nurses, which are doing an amazing job, and I have to let you know that their job is 24/7 now. Our nurses, contact tracing has been very successful here in our district, in our school district, where people that might have been exposed or might have had any type of exposure have been contacted, and they have either quarantined or have been in isolation. So we will continue to look at the metrics. I am not going to make this decision on my own. I will always seek the recommendation, the advice, and the guidance of our health department, and they are the experts, and we will continue to do that. So, that's right, pretty much the information that I have. I'm hopeful that come January 19th, we can return to our hybrid until, we hopefully, and we need to maintain our positive attitude. We can come back completely. And hopefully it's sooner rather than later if the health metrics say so. I'm also excited to announce that we are resuming, as the board, we are resuming our student recognition on a monthly basis by the Board of Education. And tonight we have our high school recognition. So to start that and to give us a little bit of information regarding the high school, and then recognize our students at the high school, I would like to introduce Mrs. Sarah Costa, our high school principal, who will be doing that now. Mrs. Costa, it's all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Guido. Nice to see everybody here this evening. I'm so excited to be here at the board meeting tonight to highlight the accomplishment of members of the high school. Most of my brief presentation tonight will focus on our AP scores at the high school. Mr. Miller alluded to it a little bit. But before I speak more to information about the AP courses and the successes we've had there, I would first like to highlight our first student recognition is Dia Shah. Dia has been involved in all aspects of high school life. She's currently a senior. To name a few, she's the president of the Interact Club. She's a crisis center student counselor. She led the drive to collect blue jeans for teens right before we went out last year. She worked with Ms. Arango closely to get the food pantry going. She volunteers at the Casano Center in town, member of NHS, and the list goes on and on. She challenges herself in all she does. She's an extremely hard worker and a true joy to have at the high school. She is this month's Rotary Student of the Month. I can't thank the Rotary Club enough for all they do to support our students and our program here. We had a bit of a slow start with Rotary this month. So she's actually our first student recognition for Rotary Student of the Month. But we will be catching up and recognizing them all as they are selected moving forward. So I'd just like to say congratulations to Dia, if Dia could just give a wave. Where's Dia? Did you guys turn on her video? Why don't I see Dia? Oh, I see Dia. Hi, Dia. Congratulations. Such a wonderful young lady. So the next person that I would like to recognize this evening is Senior Amanda Perez. Amanda, too, is active in all areas of the high school, especially band, and she's also a member of every ensemble that she can join. She has served as our marching band drum major this year and low brass captain last year in the marching band. She spent countless hours in addition assisting with the middle school percussion ensemble. But why I wanted to speak to you about Amanda is not her involvement in band and all the other areas of high school life, but it's to highlight her success as recognized by the College Board as an AP Scholar from Roselle Park High School. She is our only AP Scholar that was a junior last year. Students earning this prestigious recognition receive scores of 3 or higher on 3 or more AP exams. Amanda earned an average of 4 on the exams she took in areas of math, science, and history last year as a junior. This is a great accomplishment. It's one that's very difficult to accomplish as a junior. Now she's a senior, so that means last year she took 3 tests. This year she continues to challenge herself and is taking even more AP classes, 6 AP classes actually. She's taking AP Physics, AP English Language and Composition, AP Psychology, AP Spanish, AP Statistics, and just to challenge herself a little bit more, she's taking an independent study of AP Calculus BC with Mr. Flatley. So again, that's 6 total AP classes during a pandemic as a senior from home. She also comes in to 0 period and is in her 4th level of architecture classes with Ms. Resney. So Amanda is to be commended for her amazing scores last year, to be recognized as an AP Scholar by the College Board, and for her continued dedication and excellence this year with course load and her work ethic. So Amanda, congratulations. We're proud to have you here. And there she is over there.
Thank you so much.
And I also have to note a graduate from last year who's with us tonight, Elvis Marcello. I would like to note that our recent graduates first saw tremendous success on the AP exams last spring, as 11 graduates who were seniors last year received college recognition as AP Scholars, AP Scholars with Honors, or AP Scholars with Distinction. But I'm really pleased to announce the recognition of our current Cornell University student, Elvis Marcello. He was recognized as a national AP Scholar for earning an average score of at least 4 on all the AP exams taken. And Marcello scored a 4 or higher on 8 or more AP exams in his career. He's home from Cornell currently. He's doing great, and he was able to join us tonight with his family. Elvis, welcome back, and thank you for joining us and your patience as you waited. Despite the challenges of the COVID pandemic presented for AP testing just a little bit, I won't go much longer, but 97% of the AP students at RPHS last year were able to participate in the spring administration. 71 students sat for a total of 111 exams. 65% of those students during a pandemic earned a passing score of a 3 or greater on their exams, making them eligible to receive college credit at participating colleges and universities. The average test score for RPHS students was a 3.0. That means our average test score was passing, which is a huge accomplishment for Roselle Park High School. But I have to highlight 3 special teachers that are here with us this evening. One being Dennis DeGunis, our high school teacher of the year, our biology teacher. Mr. DeGunis is here. These 3 teachers that I'm going to list had a 100% pass rate for their classes last year. That was AP Biology with Mr. DeGunis, Calculus, AP Calc with Mr. Flatley, who's here, and he just had his second son born recently, and as did Mr. Fucci, who also had his first son born just recently, in Mr. Fucci in AP Spanish Language and Composition. So congratulations to these 3 students, to our amazing, to these 3 teachers, and to our amazing students. Our 2020 AP successes are the direct result of dedicated teachers and hardworking students who saw their courses through to the finish line. I'm so proud of you all. And finally, even though we're in a pandemic, we were able to add 3 more AP classes to our class offerings this year: AP Physics, AP Psychology, and AP French. So to end with some really interesting numbers, last year we had 72 students enrolled in AP courses and a total of 111 exams. This year we have 159, so 72 last year, 159 this year. Do the math. Students enrolled in AP classes this year, and they're scheduled to sit for a total of 287 exams. So this is a tremendous increase, and for that support, I have to thank our Board of Education, our Central Office Administration, Mrs. Callis, for taking so much initiative to work with me so closely on this, and to our Director of Guidance, Colleen Bodak, who never stopped supporting me and the district. So thank you all. Congratulations to our Student of the Month, Thea, to Amanda, and to Elvis, and to all of our teachers, every single one of them. So thank you for making me so proud to be the principal that I am at Roselle Park High School.
Thank you, Mrs. Costa. Congratulations, students and teachers, on a great job. We're very proud of you. Keep up the good work. We're certainly very proud of Mr. DeGunis. Congratulations on being Teacher of the Year. So that's a double there for you. Nice job, everyone. I do need to make a correction. I just got an email as we were listening to Mrs. Costa. The middle school Educator of the Year is Rosa Iglesias Blasquez, our bilingual ESL teacher. So my apologies to Mrs. Iglesias Blasquez, and congratulations. So Mrs. Luisa Villegas, you got also, I'm sure you will be, so congratulations, Ms. Vasquez. And Mr. President Signorella, that's all I have in terms of my report.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move to personnel. Excuse me. Personnel items, agenda 1 through 9, addendum items 1 and 2. Staff appointments, leave of absence reports, maternity leave absence report, absence request, maternity leave absence extension request, revision of leave of absence, 6 staff retirements, and 7 district substitutes, 8 middle school, additional middle school extracurricular advisors 2020 to 2021, and 9 revision of high school and middle school additional teacher in classes 20 to 21. Personnel also has change of assignment and transfer, and staff appointments. Have approval of personnel section, please.
Second.
Roll call, please, on it.
Vice President Langang,
Yes.
Ms. Carlstrom,
Yes.
Ms. Falcon,
Yes.
Mr. Fernandez,
Yes.
Mr. Harms,
Yes.
Mr. Hemingway,
Yes.
Ms. McLeod Cato,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
and President Signorello.
Yes. Just a brief happy retirement to Mrs. Bauman. Many years, I recall when she was one of my children's teachers back in Sherman School. So happy retirement next year when she retires. So I just wanted to duly note that. Education, agenda items 10 through 12, and addendum item number 3. Number 10 is adoption of the New Jersey, whoa, that's a tough one. Quality, single, and accountability continuum performance review. 11, harassment, intimidation, bully incidents. 12, 3-year bilingual ESL plan. And addendum item is number 3, education programs. Make a motion on that.
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
Just a quick comment, Mr. President. Just for the sake of the rest of the board voting on the, I'll say NJ Cusack instead of saying the whole thing.
Yeah, I know.
But I was on the committee, like Mr. Garrido said. We had that meeting yesterday, and I can say, to the rest of the board who need to vote on this, that definitely fulfilled all of our reporting obligations for that, probably in some respects more than we even needed to. And I think that the the scores that we gave ourselves that the county will review were certainly justified. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Roll call, please.
Vice President Langang,
Yes.
Ms. Carlstrom,
Yes.
Ms. Falcon,
Yes.
Mr. Fernandez,
Yes.
Mr. Harms,
Yes.
Mr. Hemingway,
Yes.
Ms. McLeod Cato,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
and President Signorello.
Yes. I will move on to business agenda items 13 through 20 and then items 4 and 5. 13, monthly certification. 14, approval of bills. 15, approval of the minutes. 16, budget transfers. 17, bus evacuation drills. 18, stale check cancellation. 19 is the student transportation contracts. 20 is the secretary/treasurer reports. And the addenda items 4 is federal budget revision and 5, settlement agreement. Motion, please.
Make a motion.
Second.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Vice President Langang,
Yes.
Ms. Carlstrom,
Yes.
Ms. Falcon,
Yes.
Mr. Fernandez,
Yes.
Mr. Harms, Mr. Hemingway,
Yes.
Ms. McLeod Cato,
Yes.
Mr. Miller,
Yes.
and President Signorello.
Yes. Do we have any continuing business? Any continuing business? So I'd like to go into new business. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Miller, Matthew Langang, and Chad Hemingway in their past service. Mr. Miller, I don't know if it's you have 12 years or
9.
9? Okay, 9. I figured, let me say safe with a. So, wow. I mean, it feels like it's been 12. You've been around and you've done a lot for the district.
Thank
In
you.
your 9 years. Thank you so much from me as in the past as a resident and before I came on the school board and Matthew and Chad on your last 3 years. Please stay involved and get involved, because I guess on the next meeting we get together is on January 5th. And usually the new folks come and get sworn in. I still don't know how we're going to do that, if it's going to be virtual or half virtual, or, I think it's a special day for the 3 incoming board members. I just have my opinion. I like to see them somehow, if they could just come and get sworn in, run home and get on their computer. And I don't know. I don't have the answer right now. We still have a little time. If things are going to get better or worse, what's going on with the pandemic. But congratulations to the new 3 incoming. And January 5th will be my last meeting, because I have to resign effective on January 6th, and my new position as the councilman at large for the borough of Roselle Park. So that's what I have on new business. But thanks to the 3 past board members and their years of experience and what they brought to the table. Thank you. Anybody else have any new business?
Joe,
Mr. President, if I may.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, I didn't hear who was. Yeah.
It was me, Matthew.
Good.
Thank you for that recognition. And if I could just make a few remarks of my own, I want to thank the voters of Roselle Park for putting their trust in me. I want to recognize our new board members who are in the audience right now, and looking forward to seeing them come on camera. Ms. Kirkland, Ms. Quintella, Ms. Infante, congratulations, and long may you reign. Congratulations also to Joe moving downtown, I guess. I don't know if it's a promotion or a demotion. You get to work under your own sun. Good luck with that. To the rest of the board, I hope that we can keep all these principles in mind as you go into the next year. Number one, openness and transparency with the current climate and the current environment. It's so important that the board transmits to the public what's going on with the district, and also receive feedback from the community and bring it to the district, especially with regard to reopening and everything else that's going on. Number two, high standards, academics, athletics, and arts. We always talk about the 3 A's. We're making progress on all those goals. This pandemic, once the pandemic is conquered, we should be getting back to that business. I really do feel like the light is at the end of the tunnel. We're seeing that light. Vaccine is coming. Happy days are coming once again. I do believe that. And number three, teamwork and nonpartisanship. This is a small town, and the kids that we represent, they don't care what your name is. They don't care what party you're in. What they want to know is what you've done and what you can do. So keep that in mind. Always be working together. Always be working for the good of the children that we were elected to represent. It's been an honor. It's been a privilege to serve on this board and in this district. I am really grateful for having had that opportunity to work with all of you, such community-minded and selfless individuals. And I want to thank and wish well to to Mr. Hemingway and Mr. Miller. I will miss our meetings and chats, and I hope this isn't the end of all that. So good luck, and God bless to everybody.
Good luck to you too, Matthew.
Thank you.
Thank you.
President Signorello, I just want to add, I think the energy from Mrs. Costa's presentation kind of, just made what we talked about earlier a little better. Just knowing that there are, still great things happening at our schools. And that's what this is all about at the end of the day. I just wanted to thank, put on the record, thanks to all the students that are still working hard. And, to all the students that need us, we're going to work hard to make sure you get what you need.
Thank you. I concur. The report was nice. Some little bit of normalcy on recognition tonight. Anybody else? On the new
Yeah,
business?
I'd like to chime in if you don't mind,
ahead.
Mr. President. Thank you. And again, first off, congratulations to our students and staff for your awards. well deserved, and thank you for representing us, and we're very proud of all of you. And I just wanted to say, as my chapter at the board comes to an end, I've been here as you said, 9 years, and it's been a very learning experience, and still continues to be a learning experience. And all I can say is, I feel confident that I'm leaving the board in a much better place than when I began 9 years ago. You have a superintendent who is fair, honest, and kind, who has the best interest of our students at heart. It has been a learning experience for him, but I never doubted his resolve or his motivation, and that was a very refreshing change. I also had the honor of welcoming Mrs. Callis as our new BA with the board, and I have observed her financial prowess and proactive approach to be a win-win for our district and, most importantly, our children. She's always looking for ways to grow our district both financially and academically, as Mrs. Costa so noted earlier in her presentation. Chad and Matthew, I'm sorry you didn't make it. You guys both worked so hard and responsibly throughout your term. Your insight and your professionalism and intellect helped the board make sound decisions, and you were committed, and you were always there, and you always put Roselle Park first. And so I thank you for that. President Signorella, congratulations on your at-large election win, and thank you for presiding over the board and showing interest in our board and our children. And to the rest of the board, you have an exciting opportunity of welcoming 3 brand new members to our board and helping them contribute their talents to help us with our mission for improving student achievement. Now, to our brand new board members, I thank you guys for stepping up and volunteering your efforts on behalf of all our children of Roselle Park. You all add a wonderfully diverse piece to our puzzle. Mr. Infante, you'll be the youngest on the board, who will bring a boots on the ground approach and insight with your current and recent Roselle Park High School educational experience. And I am sure he will understand and identify the current needs of our district that should be addressed from a not so former student perspective. Mrs. Kirkland's experience in secondary education will also be beneficial to us as far as continuing our goal of building relationships between Roselle Park High School and local colleges for the benefit of our high school students. And Ms. Quintella, being a wonderful PTO leader at Aldine School, you have the insight of the parents, and that's going to be very helpful to add to the board as well. So it's all coming together. And then, like Mr. Leingang was saying, it all depends on the clear communication, and that's one of the strengths of this board and of our administration. So the future looks bright for all of our students. I wish everyone well, and I thank you so much for your support, and good luck to everybody, and happy holidays to you. So thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, now we'll move into the second part of public participation. Each member of the public may speak a maximum 3 minutes and adhere to the following: have a full name and written on their profile, raise their hand in the icon Zoom, wait to be called by the board secretary. Once called, please put video on and unmute your audio. Everybody's quiet tonight, Mrs. Callis?
Seems it.
I'm going to give it 59 seconds. So like I said before, we're not sure what kind of meeting or how we're going to have it on the 5th. I know there's some guidelines, some common sense, and we'll try to do the best we can for the 3 new incoming board folks, and we'll reorg on the 5th. Let's hope there's no snow that night too. Who knows what the weather's going to be this year. All right, so that being said, 5 seconds, nobody's raising their hand. Anybody like to make a motion? To close the
Second.
meeting.
Second.
Okay. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, everyone. Have a good night.
Right.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good night. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Michelle, thank
Happy
you for the
holidays, everyone.
card, and I promise I'll do my training.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Night.
Happy holidays, everyone.